Now let us discuss Euclid's axioms. Okay. A system of axioms is called consistent. A system of axioms is called consistent if it is impossible to deduce from these axioms a statement that contradicts any axiom or previously proved statement. So, when any system of axioms is given, it needs to be ensured that the system is consistent. Some of the Euclid's axioms were: things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. I'll repeat this once again. Things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. If equals are subtracted from the equals, the remainders are equal. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. The whole is greater than the part. The whole is greater than the part, and things which are double of the same thing are equal to one another. Things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. And then last one, the things which are halves of the same thing are equal to one another. Things which are halves of the same things are equal to one another. Now let us discuss Euclid's 5 postulates. They are: postulate 1, a straight line may be drawn from any one part to any other point. I'll repeat once again. A straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. Okay, so note that these postulates tells us that at least one straight line passes through two distinct points, but it does not say that there cannot be more than one such line. However, in his work, Euclid has frequently assumed, without mentioning that there is a unique line joining two distinct points. We state this result in the form of an axioms as follows. Okay, so the given distinct points, there is a unique line that passes through them. Given two distinct points, there is a unique line that passes through them. Okay, then the second postulate states that a terminated line can be produced indefinitely. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely. Okay, note that what we call a line segment nowadays is what Euclid called a terminated line. So according to the present day terms, the second postulate says that a line segment can be extended on either side to form a line. And then third postulate says that a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. A circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. And also fourth postulate states that all right angles are equal to one another. All right angles are equal to one another. And the fifth postulate states that if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of angles is less than two right angles. Okay, if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of the angles is less than two right angles. So nowadays, postulates and axioms are terms that are used interchangeable and in the same sense. Postulate is actually a verb. When we say let us postulate, we mean let us make some statement based on the observed phenomena in this universe. The truth or the validity is checked afterwards. If it is true, then it is accepted as a postulate. Okay, however, it is not possible to prove them, so these statements are accepted without any proof because of its complexity. The fifth postulates will be given more attention in the next session. Now let us see in the following example how Euclid used his axioms and postulates for proving some of the results. So equivalent versions of Euclid's fifth postulate. Equivalent versions of Euclid's fifth postulate states that for every line L and for every point P lying on L, there exists a unique line M passing through P and parallel to L. So here we have a straight line, M is the straight line and L is the straight line. So we know that a straight line there is no end point, it has infinite in length, it has only one dimension, that is length, there is no breadth. Right, so here M is a straight line and L is a straight line. For every line L and for every point P, this is the P, for every point P not lying on L, not lying on L, there exists a unique line M passing through P and parallel to L. So this is parallel to L. So here straight line M is parallel to L. So the two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. The two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. So next we have a last subtopic, that is non-Euclidean geometries. Non-Euclidean geometry. All the attempts to prove Euclid's fifth postulate using the first four postulates failed, but they led to the discovery of several other geometries called non-Euclidean geometries. Alright, so we'll continue in the next class. Thank you one and all and have a nice day.